Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry, episode 4. So last time, Anja had a meeting with a witch's certainty, right? And said witch pretty much put doubt into Anja on what is she gonna do, right? With this game that they're having. Is she gonna try to finish it? Try to stall? We're gonna see. But let us continue, and we're with Leviathan right now, and I don't know where we are.
それ私の返してやだやだ私が食べるのアスモアスモパスレビアお姉様こっちこっち
I wonder where they swiped it from. What are they playing with? They were fighting over a donut or something, playing around really loudly. A donut? And here comes Satan.
エンジェ様は読書をなさってるのよ。そう言ってるサタンが一番うるさいのよ。沈黙なさい。
I like how everything they do is pretty much the same. Like, it feels like they did this already, right? The others are playing and then Satan comes in and is saying, do not be too rowdy. And then Lucifer comes in and then shouts at Satan to say, do not shout because it's using a lot of Anja's power. And she's loud, I mean, as well.
このグマイがルシファーお姉様の方がうるさいです。文句が終わり
I was already used to the oldest and the third oldest sister arguing with each other. Even though they're both so quick to anger, it's a bit funny how they're both having to hold back a little. They might be surprisingly like each other. I mean, pretty much they are. They even look like each other, they only have different hairs.
賑やかにしていろとの仰せでしたが、これではさすがに。少しボリュームを下げさせますか？
気にしないで騒いでてくれていいわ。教室の黄色い笑い声より100倍心地よいもの。
エンジェ様早く次のページエンジェ様は読むのが遅い
マモンは読書が好きなの？地味なことが一番苦手そうに見えるのにね。
マモンが司るのは強欲、知識欲にもそれは通じます。
A thirst for knowledge.
ただし独占したがるので、本を与えると人に読ませまいと読書後に焼いてしまうこともあるのでご注意を。
私は誰も知らないことを私だけが知っているのが好き。
So yeah, she's really greedy. She wants to learn some stuff, but only for her.
誰もできないことを私だけができるのが好き。だから勉強は好き。練習は好き。私だけが誰も知らない英知を独り占めしたいから。
As Mammon said that, her eyes were sparkling. She peered down at the page that was open and then read through it again. You could see the greed that made her covet that page even thoroughly than I did. As you can see, my magical power has grown much stronger than it was on the first day I summoned him. By now, I've gotten so that I can summon all of the 7 sisters of Purgatory at once and still calmly read a book like this. This place, although I can't really exactly recall exactly where it is a quiet and calm street a side bench. I'd been young back then, so I don't remember the details of its location. Still, I remember that my days walking here were a lot of fun. Together with Dad, Mom, and even Oni-chan. It was a memory of a very rare and very happy day when everyone had been together. The people who walked by every once in a while didn't even notice me. They just pleasantly ignored me and passed by as though everything was normal. Even the sisters' incredible outfits weren't embarrassing or anything. because it wasn't like anyone was actually watching. come to think of it, I am getting pretty used to it. As long as they don't make me wear those. I was sitting on a stylish bench memorizing a timeline for world history. In an academy system where everything is based on collective responsibility, there is no tolerance for dunces. It seemed that I was considerably below the average grade for the class, according to those extremely intellectual girls. If I alone improved my grade, the average would rise drastically, so she's very low. Like really? They had been kind enough to show me with a graph drawn by colorful pens on a B4 sheet of drawing paper. Just thinking of the effort it had taken to draw, that was repulsive. But I've already spat out all those complaints. I've already voiced my constant and furious anger and sadness to these girls here. The sisters were sometimes indignant, sometimes sympathetic, and sometimes mourned along with me. I was really happy to be able to share emotions like that with friends. It said that they were originally furniture that existed to carry out Beatrice's cruel sacrifice ceremony. According to the occult message bottle I hated, it seems that several of them even attacked my family. But I don't believe that, and it's pointless to question them about it. They are furniture, so they only respond to their master's request. Even if they really did attack my family, I can't hate them. The one I really hated was the Golden Witch, Beatrice. Or else that ringleader of the Ushinomiya suspicion, Aunt Ava.
エンジ様、早く次のページ。
あ、ごめん。はあ、疲れたわ。少し休憩させて。
様、休憩だって。遊ぼう。エンジ様、遊ぼう。
When they noticed that I had interrupted my studying, the most energetic younger sisters gathered around me. And that wasn't all. Maria and Sakutaro showed themselves. They had probably been very close by, but they must have hid themselves so that they wouldn't interrupt my studying.
ウリュウ、エンジェ、お勉強どう？サク太郎、元気？
ちょっと、私にもモフモフさせて。早い者勝ちだっていつも言ってるでしょ。
潰れちゃうよ。ウリュウ。
七姉妹が揃ってる時に現れたのが運の尽きだ。おとなしくモフモフされてもらおう。
Give up and let us hug you.
もういっつもこんなにしてしまって。愚昧な姉と妹どもが申し訳ありません。
サク太郎もみんなに会えて喜んでるよ。どうエンジェ、お勉強の調子は？
ありがとう。まあそこそこには。ご丁寧にも他のクラスで先にあった小テストのプリントが回してもらえたの。麗しい連帯感に涙が出るわ。とりあえず年表を頭に入れるだけでもまあ多少はマシかしら。
ウリュウ、エンジェお勉強偉い。いっぱい点数取れるよ、ウリュウ。お疲れ様。マリア、お勉強は全然ダメだったから、ちゃんと勉強すれば点数が取れるエンジェが羨ましいよ。
ご冗談を。英語、ラテン語、オカルトの知識。そんなのを丸暗記できてるお姉ちゃんの方が よっぽどすごいわ。
マリアは魔法のお勉強は何でも覚えられるけど、つまんないお勉強は何も覚えられない。だからテストでも何も役に立たない。
確かにオカルトの知識はどうかと思うけど、英語なんかは成績に結びつくんじゃない？
小学校1年生の時、国語のテストで鉄砲のイラストの脇に四角が4マスあって、そこに名前を書きなさいって問題があった。ライフルって書いたら×だった。
ライフル because rifle, yeah. ライフル。
どうして？合ってるじゃない。
鉄砲が正解だって。
鉄砲。
カタカナは小学1年生では習わないからダメだと言われた。マリアはよくわからないから、その日以来テストではすべてひらがなで書くようにしたよ。でもなぜかママには怒られる。先生にも怒られる。
お姉ちゃんは多分生まれる国を間違えたわ。
ならマリア、魔女の国に生まれて魔法学校に入りたかった。そうしたらもっともっと素敵な魔法の友達がいっぱいいたかもね。うりゅう。でも別に今は何も気にしてないよ。だって魔法はいっぱい使えるし、魔法のお友達もたくさんいる。マリアにはサクタロがいれば十分だもの。僕だけじゃないよ。サクスケもサク吉も動物の音楽隊もアザラシの下田くんもウサギのサナエさんも小豚のピゴーくんも他にもいっぱい。
The animal band. So she still has a lot of more friends. Shimoda, Sanae, and Mr. Pig-kun. Incredible. The number of One-chan's friends keeps increasing. Every time I ask a number of names for her friends, it grows. But there's no doubt that Sakutaro is her best friend. I'm a little jealous of all those close friends.
どう？七姉妹は仲良くやれてる？
本当に賑やかな姉妹たちよ。たまに物騒なことを言い出すけど悪くないわ。本当はサクタロみたいな可愛い子が良かったんだけど。
もっと私の原初の魔法を学んだなら、きっとエンジェの好みの友達を生み出せるようにもなるよ。今のエンジェに想像はまだちょっと難しいね。
想像と召喚は違う。そして反言もまた違う。
やっぱり一番の願いは家族を蘇らせること？
うん。よりしろは持ってるよ。これ。
そうだね。その髪飾りならいつかきっとバトラーを呼び出す鍵になるよ。あとはエンジェの修行次第だね。
それがいつまでかかるのかわからないのが泣けるけれども。
ウリュウ、辛くてもしっかり。エンジェが諦めなければ絶対にいつか叶うよ。
絶対に叶うという保証を誰かがくれたなら、きっと心も休まるでしょうにね。
ウリュウ、なら僕が保証する。エンジェはいつかきっと必ず願いを叶えられるよ。
ありがとう。気休めでも嬉しいわ。
気休めじゃないよ、ウリュウ。ダメだよ、エンジェ。そういう感情は半魔法の毒素になるよ。夢は必ず叶うって気持ちが一番よく芽吹く魔力の種なんだよ。
そうね。ごめん。
エンジェ様は少し強欲さが足りないのよ。 欲しいもののためにはどこまでも。手に入れるまで絶対に諦めないという根性が足りない。ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。エンジェは頑張ってるよ。
ありがとう、作太郎。もう泣き言なんて何の足しにもならないもんね。私にはただ頑張るしか道はないのよ。努力するわ。歯を食いしばってね。そして必ず夢を叶えるわ。絶対に。
With certainty.
ウリュウ、エンジェ偉いよ。頑張ろう。僕もマモンも応援する。ええ、応援します。主が強欲であればあるほど私たちの価値も上がるというもの。それよりエンジ様、せっかく10人も集まったんだし、みんなでしりとりでもして遊ぼうって提案がありまして。負けたら罰ゲーム。私に耳をかじらせて。
もう、あんたの頭には食欲以外ないの？グマイどもの愚かな提案をお許しください。そろそろ勉強に戻られなくても大丈夫ですか？やだやだやだ！ずっとお勉強終わるの待ってたのに、遊んでもらえないなんてやだ！
悪くない提案と思います。たまには遊ぶのも頭の良い柔軟になるかと。
ベルフェが司るのは怠惰だっけ？もっともらしいことを言ってるけど、うまいことを言ってるわね。
失礼しました。エンジェ様は勤勉でおられる。
エンジェさえ良ければ私もみんなと遊びたいな。みんなでワイワイ、きっと楽しい。風流、エンジェエンジェ、遊ぼう遊ぼう。みんなでしりとりをやろう。
Honestly,
では、作太郎のウリュウからスタートで。
for some reason, while listening to the scenes there, even though it's very very positive, very very fun. I don't know if it's the music, but yeah, for some reason I feel sad. I don't know why, because I think like all of them are here because of what? Magic, right? For example, let's remove all of the magic, and like Angie is gonna be alone. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking this. It's because I think it's because of the music earlier. Yeah, because of that. Like if we just put the human aspect to it, remove all the magical properties here, and Enja is just with all of her magical friends. I don't know. Let's just continue, man.
この場合、何からになるの？竜？竜？
What are you? Were you a dragon?
ウリュウから？なんだろうね。やっぱり竜？
こんなおかしな語尾の単語が出てくるなんてめったにないし。
じゃあ私が一番。竜から行くね。時計のネジの竜図。
私が一番に言いたかったのに。リュウトの方が素敵。
図？なんだかさっきから難しいのばっかりね。というか、順番どうなってるの？次は誰？
ウリュウ。誰でもいいと思うよ。思いついた人順でいいよ。何それ、面白いね。いっぱい言えた人が勝ち？早口しりとりだね。じゃあ私行くね。ズッキーニ、ニンニク炒め、メカブのパスタ。どれも美味しそう。3つもいっちゃった。
ベルゼ3点獲得っと。接続詞はありなのか？
のがありになったら何でもありになっちゃうわ。最後のはダメよ。1点減点。目からよ。
じゃあマリアね。
メレンゲ
ゲ
下水道埋め立て地地下室。ざっとこんな感じ。お姉様、なんだか品のない単語ばっかり。何よ。じゃあ品のいい単語で続けてみなさいよ。とにかく私3点ね。次はつよ、つ。
こんな変なしりとり初めて。面白い。うりゅう。全然わかんないけど面白い。うりゅう。
I played a normal shiratori before, but I've never experienced a shiratori this weird. There's only the lively sisters, or 7 sisters, Maria Onechan and Sakutaro and me. I'm now surrounded by friends that are so fun to be with. The courage to accept a world of magic, a world of witches. That alone didn't change the fact that I was still locked up in an academy, without a single friend in my class. But despite that, I'm able to have such fun and a lively time. I'll also become a witch like Maria Onechan, and someday I'll add my family to this fun circle. Dad, Mom, and even Oni-chan, and if possible, George Oni-chan and Jessica Oni-chan, and the other relatives. I'll call everyone here without a single person missing, and we'll all gather together.
それが私の夢。そうよ。
This is my dream.
私はそれを叶えるまで絶対にくじけない。
園児様はきっと大魔女になられます。あなたがそうだと信じるだけで、我ら煉獄の7姉妹はその日まで常におそばにお仕えするでしょう。
いてくれる？いつまでも私の力になってくれる？
当然。だって私園児様の友達じゃないですか。
そうね。常に全員揃ってみんなで遊びましょう。今もこれからもずっとずっと。
園児様が夢を叶えられる日まで。
The lively 10-person game of Shiritori, alongside a straight cut off from time, under the constantly bright rays of the sun, could have continued forever. We're back.
マジほんと。どういうわけ？後宮さん。
In the end, I wasn't able to get a very good grade on the test. I tried memorizing things in my own way, but if you could manage anything by cramming the night before a test, no one would ever worry about tests.
あらかじめ問題が分かってたら、普通楽勝じゃない？楽勝。
So yeah, I guess she got a lower score, and then her classmates are now, getting angry at her, hitting her now.
さすがの私たちも空欄に答えまでは書き込みませんでしたわ。その程度はお勉強してくれると信じてましたから。
なにこれ。ちょっとマジこれ信じらんない。ほとんどダメじゃない。あんた本当にちゃんと予習したわけ？
一応。
一応ってレベルじゃありませんことよ、後宮さん。ここまでひどいと私、めまいすらしそうですわよ。おお、神よ。こんな簡単なテストすら無残な成績を残し、クラス全体の平均点をガタ落ちさせる彼女を、どうかお許しください。
The same test had been given in another class first. That test paper had been obtained, so the average score for our class had been unusually high. So yeah, a lot of them cheated to get, I guess, yeah, because they got the answers already. Enough to obscure my slight improvement. However, there were some things I had no excuse for. If I'd spent the entire day studying like mad, I might have been able to get a slightly higher score. But I hadn't gone that far. After that, on that day, I spent the whole time having fun playing Shiritori with the seven sisters Sakutaro and One-chan. As expected, the winner had been Maria One-chan. She was a strong player thanks to her wide knowledge of trivia. Sakutaro had gotten the punishment game. He spent the whole time cheering for everyone else's answers, completely forgetting to think of any himself. Because of that, he'd been squished by the seven sisters and had his ears thoroughly nibbled, hadn't he? Dude, we were having fun earlier, now it's sad again? Like really sad now, I mean.
ねえ、聞いてる、白宮さん。
They were surrounding me, twittering like small birds. They were surrounding me, okay, they were annoying, smelly. On the outside of that circle was Mamon, an exasperated expression in her face.
相変わらずおかしな学校ね。自分の成績が良かったなら万々歳じゃないの？
連帯責任とやらのせいでしょ。彼女らにとって自分の成績がどうこうじゃなくて、クラスの平均点が低くて恥ずかしい方が問題なのよ。あるいはその結果、罰則として与えられる奉仕活動が嫌で仕方ないのかもしれない。
それってつまり成績を良くしたいから勉強してるとかじゃなくて、連帯責任や奉仕活動が嫌だから勉強してるって意味？
妬ましくて恥ずかしいのよ。誰かより劣りたくない。恥ずかしめられたくない。そんな気持ちだけが彼女らを勉強に駆り立ててる。勉強がしたければ勝手にすればいいのに、騒がしい奴ら。
つまるところ、連帯責任も奉仕活動もなければ、彼女らは勉強などする気もないわけだ。勉強の意味も知らず勉強することの、なんと愚かしいことか。
しかし、本当にこいつらはうるさくてバカバカしい。
True.
エンジェ様の貴重な昼の一時を邪魔するなと言うのに。
こいつら嫌い。早くどっか行っちゃえ。お腹すいた。早く消えちゃえ。
ごめんね、みんな。人間ってのはどうしてここまで浅ましいのかしらね。
自分で努力するより園児様に努力させる方が楽で強欲に平均点を稼げるってことでしょ。人間なんてみんな強欲、そしてより楽なようにそれを強いる。こいつらとはやがて煉獄の山で再会するわ。第五感を抜けるときはせいぜい己が足元に注意することね。
Mammon controls the fifth terrace of the mountain that reaches to heaven, Mount Purgatory. Since she's saying this, you can probably be sure that after those girls die, their journey to heaven won't be an easy one. No, on the contrary, let them just fall into hell. The class committee went to the student council and applied to use a classroom during lunch and after school. The purpose of use was for a class study group. A wonderful little gathering so that they could all surround me and make me study. I'm so grateful I could cry. But is this really real though? Which meant that every day all of my lunch and 3 hours of my afternoon would be stolen. The academy and its student council, with its theme of students' self-government, instantly approved of this pleasant activity that the students were taking up their own initiative. In other words, I was no longer able to escape after school by leaving the classroom. After school, the first class study group meeting started right away. Would I open a textbook and then kindly carefully explain so that even I could understand it? Of course, it didn't turn out like that. Like such a naive illusion. After school, in the classroom, dozens of my classmates crowded around my desk. First, before we started studying, why were my grades so bad? What was the reason? It was decided that we couldn't start until I could clearly answer those questions, become aware of the problem, and show regret for my actions. Of course, there's no way for me to respond when asked a question like that. They loathed me all this time, and they rejected me and kept me at a distance, preventing me from joining in on their community. So I avoided their community myself. There shouldn't have been any conflict for either of us that way. So even in this group that was enthusiastic about raising the class average, they obviously kept me at a distance. Even if I tried to join in, they would probably ignore me like they always did in the past.
言ってくれれば私たちいくらでも教えてあげたよ。ねえ。ねえ。
Honestly, I think they're just gonna mock her. Yeah, this study group. It's gonna be time for them to mock her. They were getting themselves all worked up. I already had enough of the hypocrisy of their tacked on excuses.
後ろ宮さんの悪いところはね、協調性がないところなのよ。自分さえ良ければいいって思ってる。その考えがいけないのよ。
セールチーヤの学び屋に集う者は協調の心を持つように。ちゃんと生徒手帳にも明記されてましてよ。協調性があれば、クラス全体に貢献するために一緒にお勉強しようという意志も生まれると思うの。そここそが後宮さんにお勉強以前に欠けている部分だと思うんだけど、どう思うかしら？
ねえ、さっきから私たちの話を聞いてる？あなたのために私たちはわざわざ放課後に残ってこうしてお話ししているのよ。
I'm so grateful I could cry. Of course, they didn't like that. This way, it almost makes it look like we're bullying you. They reprimanded me. Fortunately, I am normally all cried out anyway. If I'm told not to cry, I can hold it back. First, I was made to write a letter of remorse and read it out loud. Of course, this was done by today. The class committee politely applied to the student council and the staff room for an extension on the use of this classroom. It seems it was accepted right away. Which means that starting now, I'll be forced into self-criticism for at least a full 5 hours here. Oshiramiya Anji, or Anji I mean, got a low score on her test and caused trouble for her classmates.
違うでしょ？成績が低くて迷惑をかけたってのは根本じゃないでしょ？
協調性でしょ、協調性。
もう、なんで後宮さんの反省文の書き方まで私たちが指導しなくちゃならないのよ。
Their abusive jeers flew about one after another. I followed the directions and erased it. Ushiramiya Anje didn't have a cooperative attitude and caused trouble for her classmates.
ねえ、ちょっと。私たちが言ったのをそのまま書いても意味ないのよ。
This is just sad, man.
あんた、反省って意味分かってんの？
自分の言葉で書かなくちゃ意味がないじゃない。自分の言葉で書かなくちゃ。
後宮さんってちょっと不思議な子だなって思ってたけど、やっぱり変わってるよね。
Even following the directions didn't change the jeers much, and now it felt like they were mocking me even more. For several hours or more hours without rest, without even being allowed to go to the bathroom. Much less dinner, I was continuously abused. I was coerced into writing a paragraph that humiliated myself. So yeah, so this is what was happening here. This study group was just for them to trash her more. At about 9 at night, I was told to stand up and read it aloud. The contents were smeared black with tears and eraser marks. It certainly was my handwriting, but it was like a list of soulless letters whose contents I couldn't even remember. Everything had been copied down according to their orders. So while I had been the one to write the letters, they weren't my words. I had been coerced into writing them down, and even coerced into reading them aloud. Even after all this time, I was surprised to learn that beyond just ignoring people and they're hiding their things, there are other ways to bully people.
ほら、早く読み上げなさいよ。後宮さんのためにこれだけの人間がこんなに遅くまで付き合ってるのよ。少しは感謝したら？そこで感謝の気持ちが湧かないという時点でもう協調性がかけらほどもないのよね。大丈夫よ後宮さん。これからは私たちがいつも一緒にいてあげるから。一緒にお勉強して生まれ変わりましょう。ね
As I stood by my seat surrounded by them, I dropped my gaze towards a blackened page. Yeah, the way they laughed, man. Basically like witches. And then I spoke those humiliating words. But right away, jeers flew at me, saying that they couldn't hear and to speak up. I can't read it. I had no idea that being forced to read a paragraph humiliating me would be so painful. And my throat shook. My fingertips shook. The paragraph of humiliation written in my own handwriting made my eyes burn with hot liquid. So my world blurred and twisted. I saw the girls surrounding me twist and blend. I saw them twist and blend into the impressions I had of them. In other words, that was my true field of vision. Beyond the twisted crowd of people, I could see my friends. Compassion could be seen in all of their eyes.
エンジェ、しっかり。
Dude, it's so sad. Let me see this. I feel bad for Enji, man. Shiritori. Shiritori is a Japanese word game. Players take in turns to say words, and each word must begin with the last Japanese character of the previous word, forming a chain. Okay. Only nouns are allowed, and accidentally saying a word that ends with the character N loses you the game, because no Japanese word begins with N. A word like ninja, for example, begins with ni. Oh yeah, because... Okay. The exact rules for what is allowed and what exactly constitutes the last character often vary and need clarification. Okay. Characters... who do we check? Angie? Feel sad. Dude, this chapter is just insane, man. Like, it's not even, like the mystery The mystery is quite minor this time around, at least here. I mean, I think we're still quite early in this episode, but yeah, it's pretty much sadness is the theme for this one. For Maria, for Angel right here. It's just sad. Yeah, very sad. Like compared to the other ones, to the first, to the second, to the third ones. Like the beginning of this episode is much more heavier in, I guess, emotions and all. It's just different. Yeah, the start in this one is just different. Hopefully the other episodes do not do this. Like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm fine with this. It's just it's fully sad. Like 70% of the stuff that we read. Yeah, it's just sadness right now, and I want to get past it already. I want to go to the mystery part because I just feel so bad for the characters. For Maria, for Engine now, like dealing with this, and then yeah, when we see next time what's gonna happen more, right? Like I want to get past it. I just want to get past it now. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it again. So yeah, we're gonna continue this and do more of Umineko When They Cry, episode 4 in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.